Namaste everyone. Welcome to yet another session of Bilva 2022. And I welcome you all to Damaru. I am Mauli Baviskar, founder and executive director of Damaru Yoga and Sound Therapy Studio. As you know, every year Damaru celebrates Bilva throughout the month of July. And we choose different themes mainly related to the Indian yogic traditions and its knowledge systems. We invite scholars from across the globe to share their knowledge with us. Last year, Bilva's theme was cultural appropriation of yoga and the necessity to embrace the inherent Indianness in the yogic tradition. This year, the theme of Bilva 2022 is something close to my heart, as we are celebrating the great teacher, Sri T Krishnamacharya, and his holistic teachings in the KYM tradition, as taught by his lifetime student and son, Sri T.K.V. Desikachar. So before I proceed on to today's talk, let me share with you that this yoga festival, Bilva, is conducted under the wing of Damaru Foundation. It's a public charitable trust founded with the aim to promote and implement the traditional yogic sciences and increase awareness about wellness and harmony in that segment of the society who are in dire need of help about their wellness but may not be able to afford it. So if you wish to support us in our efforts, consider contributing to Damaru Foundation, and you can find the link to the payment options in the description box below. Your contributions will help us support more such people and at the same time bring more of such valuable content and scholarly speakers from across the globe to share their knowledge with us. So with that, I would invite today's speaker, Ms. Sangeetha Kannan. Very warm welcome, ma'am. Namaskaram. Before I hand over the session to her, I will very briefly introduce her. Sangeetha ji has been associated with KYM for over 25 years now. She came to KYM in 1995 as a student, went on to do her teacher training, and since 2000, she has been teaching and training students at the institute. And today, those who are following the whole festival, as Sridharan sir gave us a context of the vision of Sri Krishnamacharya and Desikachar sir, Ms. Geetha Shankar laid out the principles behind the asana practice and the pranayam practice and how the tradition works in a holistic manner. So now that we're introduced to the principles, today Sangeetha ji will lead us into a practical session where we will be introduced to the practices in the KYM tradition. So Sangeetha ma'am, welcome again. I hand over the session to you from here.
Thank you, Mauli. Thank you for inviting us. And it's a blessing actually to have the opportunity to teach and carry forward the teachings of T Krishnamacharya. I had the blessings of learning with Desikachar, and it's something that's unbelievably, part of our life that we just simply can't explain it. It's been so wonderful knowing him and interacting with him and learning with him over the years to come. And I feel that makes us proud today to be called and invited into doing these practices and teaching about the tradition, simply to say that this is our job to carry forward the wisdom that he gave it to us. So thank you again, Mauli, so much for us. And today we are going to begin with a guided asana practice, which is a little different from most of the studio-oriented practices that you see. We'll be working with a lot of breath. We'll be working with a lot of movements simply associated with breath, and to feel that simple understanding of the first sutra of the Yoga Sutra, Atha Yoga Anushasanam. The Anushasanam here is to, go with the learnings and the instructions of the teacher. Simply not looking at the teacher as an instructor or simply as a person who's taking on a physical journey, but a teacher who transforms you throughout that journey. So the Atha there, the yoga and the Anushasana play a beautiful aspect, beginning at the body level. Because as we look at yoga, everyone says that, okay, are you practicing yoga? The intention behind that question is, are you doing an asana practice? It goes beyond that. Okay, but nevertheless, the beginning point starts at the physical. So today we are going to do a practice, just taking along the ideas of what's put in our minds as to how a practice should be done, engaging the student completely during that 1 hour. So I hope you'll enjoy it. I've got my student here, Archia. She's in the third semester, almost coming to the end of her examination. They're beginning on Friday. So I think once the exams are over, she will be a qualified teacher. And I'm her mentee, and I just told her, I need you today to come and do a demonstration, because we need someone to, show how we do these practices rather than just explaining it, having a visual of how a practice is done. So thank you, Archie, for being here. Thank you once again, Mauli. And I hope we give you what we need to do in this, okay? Giving the teachings and the wisdom of T Krishnamacharya and Desikacharya. So thank you so much, and we are ready to begin. Okay.
Thank you, Sangeetha ji, and all the best to Archana for her journey ahead.
Thank you.
Let's begin.
So much. God bless. So very good morning, class. So here I've got my my friend, mentee, Achya, who's going to demonstrate today for us the guided asana practice in the tradition of T Krishnamacharya. It's going to be a practice based on physical movements and breath. Now, breath is an integral part of a practice and something that allows us to actually engage in the physical form. So today we are going to present a practice where the practice is simply giving you an idea of how a breath-related practice using physical movement engages the student, gives them the experience of an asana practice, leading them to something more deeper. So please, everyone, thank you for being here. Please enjoy the practice. Do whatever you can. The perfect practice, as I always tell myself and tell my students, is a perfect breath. So as long as you're breathing comfortably on every single movement and breath, you are understood to be in a perfect practice. So please go along with whatever is possible for you. It doesn't have to be a classical physical movement. It can be everything that you can possibly do, but make the breath work very smoothly, fluidly in the practice. So by saying that, we're going to begin today's practice by sitting very comfortably. You see Archia sitting there. Her chin is tucked in. She's going to close her eyes. And she's going to just take a few breaths. Just this observation of the breath in a practice is simply very important for the student as well to understand their state of mind, how their body right now feels, how the breath feels. So this is a great reflection before any practice begins. And this is one of the things that Sir as well has always mentioned to us. Just watch your breath, watch the physicality, watch what is happening to you, and that will lead you into the practice that happens after. So we're going to sit today, eyes are closed, and Archia here is going to take 6 deep breaths. So she's going to exhale completely. And as you're breathing in, I want you to focus on your heart space. Inhale, extend the spine slightly upwards, allowing the breath to completely fill in. And pause for a moment, and then start your exhale. Focus on the navel as you gently contract your abdomen. Slowly engage it closer to your spine. So breathe out completely. Once again, inhale. Focus on the heart space. You see that lovely movement Archia is doing. Pause. Exhale. You see the abdomen gently getting tucked in, kind of eliminating the toxins, making the body lighter. Inhale, breathing in gently. Pause for a second, just feeling that breath there. Exhale. Let's do 3 more breaths. Gently breathing in, extend the spine upwards, take a full breath. Watch that breath very carefully. Pause, feel, experience, exhale. Once the exhale is complete, pause, feel that emptiness and lightness, and begin again. Inhale, lovely breath. Exhale. And one last time, gently breathing in within your capacity. It's very important for us to respect what we can do. Exhale. Remain with your eyes closed. Relax the breath. Just observe your body and the breath. From where you began, 6 breaths before, to how do you feel now? Take a moment, just reflect. Allow your mind to silence. And now very gently open your eyes. Look down at the floor and then simply and very gently look up. You should not feel any giddiness, any kind of a discomfort, imbalance as you're doing this. Because we close our eyes for a long time, we're breathing in oxygen, there's a lot of things happening. Always it's recommended to open your eyes very gently before we start the standing practice. So here we're having Archya. She's going to stand on the mat. She's going to face sideways so that you have a moment of looking at what we are doing. So today we have intended to bring you a practice where we're going to demonstrate a shoulder stand, and that's the focus of our practice today. It's called Sarvangasana, and we're going to take you through the entire routine of how to do it. So we have a lot of students who may be practitioners as well, and we may have students who are just starting on their journey. So go with what you feel, go with what your body tells you, and enjoy the practice simply using the breath and the flow. So she's going to exhale in the position. Archya, stand slightly in the middle down. You're going to Uttanasana and come in, not Tadasana. Yeah, that's. So we're going to start with a simple forward bend. So watch her as you are practicing. You can even use her as a way of understanding how softly and how slowly you need to use the breath and the movement. So she's going to breathe out here first. Exhale completely. Now let the breath allow the movement to begin. So inhale, raising the arms from the front. You're breathing all the way up. So allow the breath to rule that movement. She's going on a forward bend. Exhale all the way, keeping the hands by the sides. And from here, she's going into Narada Uttanasana, halfway up. Inhale, a lovely stretch of the spine. Exhale, dropping the body down, palms on the floor. Relax the neck. And now the head and arms move together, coming up all the way. Inhale. And exhale, gently dropping the arms down, all the way down. Take a breath, Archya. Let's do it 3 more rounds, everyone. Let the breath lead the movement, very important, which engages your mind as well to kind of link the breath and the movement as well. Bringing down the kind of, the active mind and following the breath at the same time. So inhale, raising the arms up. Lovely deep breath. Complete the inhale there. Exhale gently on a forward bend, dropping the arms to either side of the feet. Complete the exhale. Inhale, breath and arms lead halfway through. Lovely stretch of the spine. Exhale, forward bend, Uttanasana. And arms and breath lead the movement, coming up all the way, engaging the breath. And arms down, exhaling all the way down. Wonderful, Archya. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Forward bend, exhale. Complete every breath and movement before we go to the next. So take your time. Inhale, halfway up. Bodies parallel to the floor. Lovely stretch of the spine. Exhale, start the breath. Start the movement. Complete the movement, complete the breath. Inhale, breath and arms lead. Lovely stretch of the spine all the way up. You're engaging your core. And then on the exhale, simply dropping the arms down, following the breath. One last round. Inhale. Follow her as you're going. Exhale. Breath and arms lead, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, going down, keep your eyes open. Breath and arms lead the movement coming up. And bringing the arms from the front, exhale. Take a breath. Observe, you can close your eyes. Observe your breath, observe your body. Now she steps back, goes to the end of her mat. Stand at the end, at the back. And then she's going to step forward with her left leg. A very comfortable position. She just takes the left leg forward. She opens up the back leg gently, just rolling on her heel. At the same time, when you're rolling on your heel, the body is moving outward. So you can see her gently twist forward, keeping the body facing the front, allowing the hips to face forward, giving a light, mild twist to this movement as well. So this is called an asymmetrical position. We're going to work on one side for a couple of times, and then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So what we're going to do here, we're going to do a lovely variation of the warrior position called Virabhadrasana, which kind of engages the upper body, the upper back, working ourselves slowly towards Sarvangasana or the shoulder stand at the mid portion of the practice. So she's standing, absolutely spine upright. She breathes out here. Now on the next inhale, she inhales, raises her arms to shoulders and bends the front knee. You see that lovely movement. The back leg is straight. The knees are just over her ankles. She exhales here. She breathes out. And on the next inhale, she raises the arms up all the way overhead, bringing her palms together. Lovely stretch of the spine. And finally, on the exhale, drops the arms down, straightening out her leg, coming back to the position. And you see that movement? So we're going to do another 2 times in this position before we move to the other leg. Inhale, arms to the shoulders. Breathe in deeply. Exhale in the position. Tuck the abdomen in slightly. On the next inhale, allow the breath to lead the movement, raising the arms up. And on the exhale, let the breath lead the movement, dropping the arms, synchronizing the knee and the arm movement. So every breath and movement gives you an experience. Where are you? How are you able to do it? All of that is understood as you're doing it. Because any pain or discomfort kind of disturbs the breath as well. So this is a lovely reflection on your practice. One more time. Inhale, arms to shoulders, opening up, shoulder level. Lovely spine is upright. Exhale here. Inhale, raising the arms all the way up. And once she completes that, exhale, bringing the arms down, synchronizing her arms and knees and coming down. One last time. Inhale. Exhale in the position. Breathing in deeply, raising the arms all the way till you complete that breath. And bringing the arms down, exhale, straightening the leg, synchronizing that movement perfectly. She steps back. Now this is called an attention posture in our lineage. We're simply balancing the weight on both feet, closing our eyes, just kind of observing the left side, just for a moment. Kind of gives us a feel of how the right side needs to be as well. So that kind of a silencing of the movement, going back to a normal breath, is also a very important aspect in asana practice. So once she feels comfortable, she opens her eyes, steps forward with her right leg, a lovely single step, and opens up the back knee slightly, the back foot, keeps the body in line with the front foot, and we're going to do 3 rounds or 4 rounds, Satya, we did? we are going to do 4 rounds on the right side. Okay, so just follow her movement, follow the breathing pattern. If you're not able to do it, just watch, follow her movement so you can slow down as well, which is an important aspect of a good asana practice. So inhale, breath to lead, arms to shoulders. Exhale here. Breathing in, raising the arms all the way overhead. And exhale, bringing the arms down, straightening the leg, following the breathing pattern. So what is important in a guided asana practice or a personal practice that you're doing at home, the breath should lead the way all the way up and it should lead the way down as well. So you're breathing continuously in the practice rather than holding your breath as you're doing the movement. So this is something that really allows you to reflect on what you're doing. So one more time, inhale, raising the arms to shoulders. Lovely opening movement. Exhale here. Inhale, raising the arms overhead. Feel the breath and arms coming all the way down. Breathe out completely all the way, dropping the arms to the side. Inhale. Exhale here. Breathing in, raising the arms overhead. Follow your breath. And arms down, exhale, synchronize breath, movement all together. One last time. Inhale. Breathe out here. Inhale, allow the breath to raise those arms up. Lovely stretch of the spine. Complete the inhale. Exhale, bringing the arms down. Lovely, long, subtle breath all the way till the arms come to the sides of the body. Please step back, Achya, close your eyes. Just observe your breath and body. Just relax the breath. Now remember, when we do asana practices and pranayama practices, we need to understand that prana has its own flow, the breath has its own way of taking the prana in and outside of the body. So as we do asana practices, the conscious feel of maneuvering the prana to places and to work and trigger and activate organs and so many things that we do using breath and physical movement. At the same time, bringing a silence to that movement, completely keeping the body in no movement at all, allowing the breath to work on its own and the prana to flow is also an integral part of a practice. So always make sure that you come down, take a moment to just watch and reflect on what you have done, taking you and keeping you there, consciously focused in what is coming in the next. So in this case, she's observed her body, she's observed the breath, and it also tells her how she needs to focus on the breath as she goes in the next few postures. She opens her eyes. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do a little squatting position. So there are 2 ways of doing the squatting position. We'll do the difficult one for the first 2 times and we'll make it slightly easier for you as well. For the ones who can't do it, a little modification in the practice as well that helps you to say, okay, I'm not able to do it this way. There's another way to do it, which is as effective, as practical, and it actually works in all the places that it has, okay? So we're going to do a little squatting here. Her feet are together, arms on either side. Eyes need to be open at all times during the standing position. So eyes need to be open. Please breathe out here. Empty the body. Now inhale, breath and arms lead, raising the arms up. She locks and turns her palms there, allowing us to just hold that spine a little bit. And on the exhale, she squats down all the way down. And you notice that her heels are on the floor. Inhale, breath to lead, the movement coming up all the way. She unlocks her palms and drops her arms down. Exhale, all the way down. Okay, so if you're not able to keep your heels completely on the floor, all is good. You can raise the heels up slightly. As long as the exhalation is happening, the contraction is happening as you're sitting down, it is working effectively. Okay, one more time. Inhale, raise the arms, lock the palms overhead, complete the inhalation there. Exhale, start the contraction of the abdomen, squatting down, synchronizing the movement and the breath. Inhale, breath to lead, pull yourself up, unlock the palms, exhale, all the way down. So what we're going to do is make it a little easier for the ones who can't hold the arms up. What Archia is going to do is she's going to raise her arms up on the inhale, but as she's going to squat, she also brings the arms down to the floor, kind of working a little more in that movement and the posture. Okay, so let's try 2 more rounds, working with the same breath-related movement. Inhale, raising the arms from the front. She goes on the squatting position again, but this time dropping the arms down gently, just very comfortable for the ones who can't do it. The others who can, keep the arms up. Breath and arms lead coming up. So inhale, she moves the arms around, raising her body up, completes that breath there. Exhale, dropping the arms down. So the ones who can leave the arms up, continue to do so, while the ones who feel a little difficult, drop the arms to the side, function over form. Okay? One last time. Inhale, raise the arms. Gently squatting down, dropping the arms to either side or in front of you, just to make it easier, keeping the breath comfortable. Breath to lead. Inhale, raise the arms, bringing yourself up. Complete the inhale and dropping the arms from the side. Exhale and relax the breath. Close your eyes for a moment. Relax the breath. And gently open your eyes. Now this time, Archia is going to face forward because we're going to do a little bit of a triangle position, Trikonasana. Parivritti Bheda means we're going to do a little twist in the position. So what we're going to do again here is, guys, we're going to use the classical form of keeping the arm up the first 2 times. And the next 2 times that we're doing the position, we're going to swing that arm slightly behind you for the ones who feel they need a little more time to open up the shoulders, work on the neck. So what we're trying to do is, in guided practices as well, work with the function of the posture. This is so important. Form is important, but what leads the form is the function. So we're going to see both ways on how you can do it for the ones who cannot, but for the seasoned practitioners, you can follow the first method, okay? So she's going to step sideways with her left leg, comfortable position. Now, what is important is when we step sideways, make sure you take a lovely step sideways and that remains your stance, okay? And we're not going to readjust after that. Now, once you do the first time and you feel that the stance is not enough, please come back to the attention position, step sideways again, take a bigger stance or smaller. But once you do that again, you continue doing the practice without changing it again. Okay, so she's taken a lovely comfortable step. You notice her feet are facing forward, absolutely upright spine, hands on either side. Her eyes are open, all standing positions, eyes open. And the best way to keep a balance and feel the kind of alignment of the body is try to keep your eyes looking at the floor at a particular spot. So find a spot that you feel comfortable, that allows your chin to remain down, aiding the spine, being lovely stretch of the spine as well happening. So all these aids in those eyes looking down. Okay, so we're going to start here. Exhale in the position, Archia. Breath to lead the movement. Inhale, arms go to shoulder. You can see how beautifully fluid her arm movements are. There's no tight position there. So she's going to take the left arm to the right side. Exhale, twisting, going down, keeping the arms outside of the leg, and continue to exhale as she turns and looks up at the arm above. She inhales, untwists her head, and gently raises the body up. Starts the next exhale, twist towards the right arm, towards the left, raising and looking up at her arm. You see the arms are stacked over each other. Inhale, start untwisting, raising the body up and dropping the arms to the sides all the way during the exhale. So what is important here, breathe throughout the movement, breathe all the way. So if you feel sometimes that the breath is too slow and the arms and the movement is happening in another way, bring your arms down, relax, work with something that is possible. So do a little faster breath, move the arms up faster, all works well. Let's try one more time. Inhale, arms to shoulders. Now Archia is a seasoned practitioner. She's going much slower. You can go slightly faster as well. Exhale, she goes down gently, places the arms, continues to breathe, raising her head up. Inhale, she untwists, gently brings her body upright, twisting to the other side, right arm outside of the left, looking up. Inhale, coming up and bringing the arms to the sides all the way as she exhales out. Inhale, arms up. This time she twists, taking the up arm behind her. So exhale, twist. She rolls that right arm just and opens up the shoulder there. Beautiful. Inhale, untwist the head, raise the arms, both arms coming to the shoulders. Now exhale, twist, left arm on the floor, the other arm behind you. Inhale, untwist, gently arms to shoulders, and drops the arm down. Now in this method, you roll the shoulders out a little more. So ones who feel a little tight, not able to do that, this method as well works. So one more time. Inhale, arms to shoulders. She gently twists, bringing the left arm outside of her right leg, twisting the other arm just behind her. You see how her shoulders are open. The upper back is lovely, opened and stretched. Inhale. She untwists the head. You can see as she untwists, the head comes to face forward, and that's the magic of that. Exhale, twisting, rolling and bringing the arm behind. Shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, untwist the head, arms to shoulders, and she gently brings the arms down. Exhale. Take a breath here, Archia. And step back into that attention posture. Close your eyes. Take a relaxed breath. All is good. So as we do practices, there are so many different ways we practice modification for people who can't, or modifying just to make them get into classical forms as well. So everything works. And how does that work? When we integrate that breath in our practice. So we're going to do one last one on the standing. You're facing forward, darling, that way. So here we call this a Vinyasa Krama. Vinyasa Krama is putting a few postures together in a beautiful format where the breath kind of supports the movement as well. We respect the breath as well. So it's a lovely movement that we're going to do. I'm just going to explain it before Archia starts doing it. So what we're going to do in this is we're going to raise the arms simply on the inhale. She will go down on an exhale as well, placing the arms on either side. Then she's going to hold her breath there, and she's going to jump on that hole to a downward dog position. Okay, Archia? So going into Adho Mukha Svanasana, a simplified way of doing it because we are not sure of the group that is doing this practice. So we're making it a little easier. For the ones who can't jump back, please step back with a single step into a downward dog position. From there, we inhale, go into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog position, then return back in the same Vinyasa Krama and back into the attention position. So I'll make her demonstrate one for the first time, and then you can follow her in the next 3 rounds as well. So please watch, everyone. Inhale, she raises the arms overhead. She goes down into a forward bend, exhaling all the way, placing the palms firmly on either side of her feet. She holds, jumps back into downward dog. You can see that lovely movement that she did there. She inhales, slides forward into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Goes back into downward dog position, exhaling all the way. Straight legs, head is on the relax and down. And now she holds and jumps forward gently. And inhale, raises the arms and brings her arms down on an exhale. Take a breath out here. So everyone who is practicing, if you can't jump forward as well, for beginners, simply step forward between your palms is good enough. On the hold after exhale. For the ones who can do that beautiful neat flowing jump, please do so on the hold after the exhalation. So everyone, let's practice along with Arshia now. 3 more rounds. Exhale everyone here. Breathe out. Good. Inhale, breathing all the way, raising the arms up. Going on a fold forward, exhale all the way down. Hold, jump into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, sliding forward. Exhale, going back into downward dog. Hold, jump or walk forward between palms. Breath and arms lead. Inhale, coming up and bringing the arms down. Exhale, take a breath. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Hold, jump into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, going into upward facing dog, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And jump forward between the palms on the hold. Breath and arms lead the movement coming up. And arms down. Exhale. Now the last round, you're just going to walk, take a step back and step forward for the ones who need to have an idea of what to do in the most simplified way of the Vinyasa Krama. Inhale, raising the arms. Fold forward, Uttanasana, exhale all the way down. Hold and simply step back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Either walk or take a single step. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Drop the hip, shoulders upright. Exhale, back into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step forward, back into Uttanasana. Breath and arms lead the movement coming up. And bringing the arms down. Exhale all the way down. Close your eyes. Take a couple of breaths. Reflect. Observe. And please lie down, Archia. Everyone, please lie down on your mats, on the back. Eyes closed, palms open. Relax the body, relax the breath. So transitions into practices are so important. Here, it gives us a reflection on the state of the body, the mind, the breath. All of them are very integral in going forward in a practice. So this is the reflection that we talk about. The asana practice is not mechanical. The asana practice leads you to deeper degrees and deeper states of practices as well. And the foundation of moving into those subtler practices depends on your practice. So the practice has to be done with a lot of reflection, with deep breathing, using breath and movement coordination. All of this helps us to go into subtler practices. They say usually when you get into pranayama, asana practice is very important. And this is what leads you to understanding that we are ready to do pranayama as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend the knees, keep the feet on the floor. Both palms are going to be on the lower abdomen. We're going to do just a little bit of breathing. Okay, so we're going to watch our breath because we were standing and doing some breathing as well. Since breathing is an integral part of an asana practice, we're just going to take 4 breaths here. A little bit of time constraint, but we're going to just work on the breath here a little bit for you all to understand how is the breath related, what is the mechanism of the breath that we use as a yogic breath that we call in this little small breathing practice. So she exhales here, breathing out. Inhale, focus on the heart space, breathing in gently. Pause after inhale. Exhale, gently contract the abdomen, breathing out. Pause. Inhale, focus on the heart space, breathing in. Exhale, gentle contraction of the abdomen, breathing out. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale, focus on your breath. There's nothing else that disturbs the mind. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And relax. Normal breathing, arms on either side. Now she's going to keep the arms on either side of her body. So we're going to do this particular posture called Dvipada Pitam, understood sometimes as a stool position. We're going to simply raise the hips up on that movement and come down. Works really well to prepare our neck as well for the shoulder stand. But we're going to do it in 2 ways here. So we're using a methodology of working a little more and preparing the neck a little more so that we ensure ourselves that we are working on the right track, not hurting the student as well. So arms are on either side. So you're going to start in this movement here. As she breathes in, palms remain on the side. She lifts the hip up, inhale. She breathes out in this position, exhale here. She tucks the abdomen in, holds the spine there. On the next inhale, raises the arms all the way up, arching the back a little more. Wonderful, Archia. And exhale, coming down all the way, hip and arms back to the mat. We're going to just 2 more rounds. Inhale, raising the hip, arms on either side. Arms down, darling. Arms down. Exhale here. Raising the arms, inhale, arching further. Lovely work on the neck and shoulders. Exhale, tuck the abdomen as you gently bring the arms and the hip down. Wonderful, Archie. 1 more round. Inhale, raise the hip. Exhale here. Inhale, raise the arms, gently lifting the hip up a little more, working on the shoulders. Exhale, arms and hips coming down. Gently follow the breath and she comes down. Stretch the legs out, relax, take a breath. Observe the neck, the shoulders, and bring both the feet together, arms on either side. We're going to do the Prasthapadasana, another 3 breaths here, 3 times. We're staying for the breath in the last time, Archia, okay? Right, arms on either side. Exhale here. Inhale, raising the arms up. Now, as you exhale, gently bring the arms down, lifting both the legs to a 90 degrees, working on that core a little bit. Inhale, breath and arms lead. Drop the legs, raising the arms, synchronize that movement. And finally, exhale, just bring the arms down, breathing out all the way down. Inhale, raise arms, allow the breath to lead the movement. Exhale, bring the arms to either side, picking up the legs, lovely movement, synchronized with the legs. Inhale, raise the arms, gently dropping the legs down. Lots of control, arms down, exhale, all the way back to the mat. 1 last time. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, both arms to the side, lifting the legs up. Please stay for one breath here, so breathe in here. Gently breathe out. Use your breath wisely. Now this time, inhale, raise the arms, gently dropping the leg down. Lot of breath control. Exhale, drop the arms down. Take a breath. Relax, observe the body. We're going to get into the shoulder stand. I think we've adequately prepared. For the ones who can't get into it, just simply remain either lying down or just bend your knees and just go into the hip raiser like we did previously on the preparation. That will kind of give you a kind of a neck lock, kind of feel the posture as well. Don't hurt your bodies as you're doing it. It's an important and integral principle of the KYM. So make sure that you understand your body well when you're getting into it. The ones prepared, we can get into Sarvangasana. The others, just bend your knees, feet on the floor, knees bent. When I say get into the posture, just breathe in, lift the hip, stay there for about 4 breaths before you come down. While the others who are getting into Sarvangasana will stay there for 4 breaths in the legs going up and in the position in the classical way. Okay, exhale everyone here, feet together, arms on either side. Please breathe in here. As you exhale, throw the legs overhead, keeping your arms at the back. Inhale, raising the legs up gently into Sarvangasana. Please stay and take 4 deep breaths. Relax the body, allow the breath to work. Allow the prana to flow. Just let go. That's very important in any practice. Let go. Focus on the breath. The breath will hold you still. The breath will hold the position. 4 deep breaths. And once you complete the 4, exhale, bring the legs overhead. And on the inhale, gently drop the arms and slowly drop the legs all the way back to the mat. And gently breathe out here. Exhale. And relax the body, palms open. Take a couple of breaths. Observe the body. Now gently she's going to keep her palms on her shoulders, lifting the head up slightly and keeping the crown of the head on the mat. Arms to either side. Stay for 4 breaths. It's called Matsyasana. Lovely stretch of the neck on the opposite direction. Relax the shoulder there. Let go. Keep the neck relaxed. And once you complete, keep your palms on the shoulders. Gently lift the head up, place it back on the mat. Arms on either side. Palms open, relax the breath. And once you feel comfortable, I'm going to tell my student to turn over onto her abdomen. Turn over. She's going to keep her forehead on the floor. Both arms are going to be near the chest. You're going to do a little like a Bhujangasana Vinyasa Krama here, darling. So keep your hand just there. Close a little more toward between the chest and, yeah, that's it. Okay, forehead on the floor. Shoulders relaxed there. You can see her feet are facing out. She inhales, stretches her elbows and comes into Bhujangasana. Exhale, go down. One more time, Archya. Inhale, coming in, chest up. Exhale, coming down. And now this time a slight variation. as she inhales, she's almost going to come into the Urdhva Mukha Svanasana position. Inhale, stretch the elbows up. From there, she goes into Vajrasana, forward bend. Exhale, bend the knees, stretch all the way back. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, going down fully on the mat, bend the elbows, forehead on the floor. Drop yourself down completely. Not that way, actually. Go down, back into the lying down position. Yes, drop yourself. That's it here. Good. Let's do 2 more rounds. Keep your hands there. Good. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Lift the upper body up. Exhale, drop the knees back into Vajrasana, forward bend. Relax the shoulders, drop the head down. Inhale, back into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And bend the elbows, forehead on the mat. Drop the body down. Take a breath. One last round. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Vajrasana, forward bend. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And back on the mat. Exhale. Hands on either side, head to one side. Take a few breaths. Forehead on the floor, eyes closed, just ease yourself back, Vajrasana, forward bend, and come into your seated position. Crossed legs in the middle of the mat, facing forward. We're going to close our eyes. Take a few breaths here. Just observe the breath and body. And we're going to end today's practice with a pranayama called Shitali. This is quite appropriate to begin with some breathing and end with a little bit of a breathing technique as well. That kind of balance of body, the energies and everything else that we've been working with. So we're going to end the practice with just 4 breaths of Shitali pranayama. The practice is the technique of getting into Shitali. We're going to roll the tongue there. And then as she's breathing in, she's going to raise her head up on the inhale. She puts her tongue in, chants Om as she drops her head back down again. Om. Giving a lot of relaxation for the neck and shoulders as well as we're doing this pranayama. Let's do 3 more rounds. Inhale, Shitali. Raise the head up, stretch the spine beautifully. Exhale, chant Om. 2 more rounds. Inhale, raising the head up. Roll the tongue, breathing in deeply through the mouth. Chant, drop the head down. And 1 last round. Inhale. Exhale. And relax the breath. Chin tucked in slightly. Relax the shoulders. Palms on both knees. A little bit of silence. Allow the prana to move in and around the body. Absolute stillness of the mind, stillness of the body. Just engage in reflecting on what you have done. A moment of silence. And very, very gently open your eyes. So we did a practice of a shoulder stand called Sarvangasana. We just did a demo. Actually, this practice is all about a demonstration of how we work with guided asanas. Now, when we look at guided asana practices, the integral part of a teacher guiding a practice is for you to make it easier for you to simply stay with your breath. Now, when we do practices alone ourselves, there's a lot more other things that we're doing, multitasking actually. We're breathing, watching ourselves, thinking about the postures we need to do. So a guided asana practice kind of leads you to that state of how I can integrate all of this, multitask and be focused in what we are doing. So today we give a small demonstration of the type of practices that we do here. We actually believe that a breath-oriented practice is the best way to connect with the consciousness. So I hope, Mauli, this will help you to kind of allow them to just do the practice in the most comfortable way. That is very important for us, Mauli, because I don't see the group. I'm a little wary of how the group is going to be or who is going to practice. It's a very heterogeneous group that may be practicing. I've given a little modifications there simply to allow the student not to hurt themselves, keeping with the integrity of what we teach at KYM. This is a very important aspect. We don't do a lot of online classes. We like a one-to-one practice, simply to palpate the student, feel that, and that is our motto. So I hope we've taken you there, Mauli, and hopefully given you an idea of what we do here, and it serves the purpose of understanding a KYM practice as well. So thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you, Archia, for being here. Little nervous she is, being a student as well. So thank you, Mauli, so much. God bless. I hope the festival is as successful as all the years that it's gone through. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sangeetha ji. And Archie, thank you to you too. And that little nervousness brings in that humanness to the practice, which is fantastic, which should be there. But like you said in the beginning, it's not like a very typical studio format practice. What I see commonly, not to label it or anything, but when people are doing it, either that very mindfulness or the connect misses out, or the practices become a little bit of competitive, or I should say maybe a little violent or aggressive at times. What I could see her when she was demonstrating, even when she was going into a little bit of intensity was increasing, she was so much at ease, and she was still so deeply connected to her breath. There was so much of stability, body and mind, and that it just looking at her, I am feeling so calm right now. So that's, I think, a fantastic way of holistically incorporating. And like you also pointed out, the multitasking. So while we are, so in the neurological aspect, so when you are actually multitasking and using so many aspects of your conscious mind, you are actually then automatically leading yourself to a meditative state of being.
Absolutely, Mauli. That's the idea. No, it's not about just one thing. There's so many things happening there. It kind of creates an experience. This Anushasanam that we talk about in Yoga Sutra is this. How does one experience at the physical level? Because for young practitioners, this is the starting point. The yamas and niyamas come much later. How do I integrate yamas and niyamas? Is the beginning point is asanas. Can I integrate yamas and niyamas here? With my capacity, my capability? Am I looking at somebody else and doing a practice, or should I just be with myself? So when we are with ourselves, we are automatically using the yamas and niyamas, understanding,
She was
reflecting.
already practicing ahimsa, already practicing that satya. She was so true to herself, her body, her practice. And it was amazing how everything comes together. So I also invite the other teachers of yoga who are already training some students. As you all know, Damaru is also launching a teacher training program in the KYM tradition. So this is a kind of an overview you get, and like Sangeetha ji said, the practices are so person-centric at times that the modifications could be so many depending on where you are, at what level you are, and that's something very important for the uh, people who are teaching yoga these days, because some place I feel we are trying to get into a standardization, which should not happen because human beings are different intrinsically. So pitching in at what level they are and starting from there is something that is so beautiful about this tradition. So thank you so much, Sangeetha, to lead us
Thank
through
you
this
so much.
journey.
Thank you for our invite, and we hopefully, I hope with all the lectures and everything of the Krishnamacharya tradition, that this goes forward as good enough. So thank you so much, Mauli. Namaste, God bless, and thank you, Archia,
Thank you.
as well. Thank you so much. Take care.
So that was asana practice for all the viewers. Uh, Next Saturday. So today we saw the principles and then we saw the actual practice. Next Saturday we will get into the principles of yoga therapy in the same tradition. So please do join us next Saturday evening for the upcoming session by V. Srinivasanji. And see you then. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Namaste everyone, a very warm welcome. Today we are very excited to announce teacher training program at Damaru. This teacher training is happening at Damaru in collaboration with Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. So I'm so happy to invite Ms. Nritya Jagannathan. She is the director of KYM Institute of Yoga Studies. And I just hand over to her because she's the best person to explain you what exactly we are getting into.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Namaskaram. On this occasion of Damaru's anniversary, it gives me great joy to announce on behalf of the KYM the upcoming Yoga Teacher Training Certificate Program offered by the Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram in collaboration with Damaru Studios, Ahmedabad. This is the first time that this very intensive teacher training course comes to the western part of India at Ahmedabad. As many of you may be well aware, the Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram is a world-renowned center founded by Sri T Krishnamacharya in 1976 as a tribute to his father, teacher, and legendary yogi Sri Krishnamacharya. Founded as primarily a center for yoga therapy, over the years, the KYM also has acquired fairly solid reputation for its training programs, both in yoga studies as also healing chants, as these are fundamental even to the process of application of yoga tools. In this context, Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram and Damaru come together to offer you this 800-hour yoga teacher training program. 800 hours is inclusive of both the classroom and non-classroom hours, including personal study, project preparations, assignments, observation, internship, and so on. This program follows a syllabus that has been designed by the Academic Council of KYM, following very closely the guidelines laid down by Sri T Krishnamacharya when he first conceived this program. The syllabus includes a very deep study of the classical techniques of asana, classical techniques of pranayama, the theory of asana, the fundamental theoretical principles of asana, modifications of asanas to suit people of different capabilities, theory and practice of dhyanam, apart from which there is also certain associated study such as the history and evolution of yoga, a deep study of the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali covering all 4 chapters of the text, an exposure to other yoga literature such as the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Rahasya and the Yoga Yajnavalkya Samhita. Apart from this, students will go through a study in certain allied subjects in every module of the training, fundamentals of anatomy and physiology, fundamentals of Ayurveda, and also an introduction to psychology. Apart from this, chanting of the Yoga Sutra will also be an integral part of the study modules. Now, this course requires, unlike many other short term courses, is designed to run for a period of about 18 months in the hybrid mode. A big part of the learning will happen with teachers from the KYM teaching in person at Damaru Studio, Ahmedabad, with a portion of the subjects also being conducted online. Through the process of every module of training, there will be ongoing assessments, evaluations, discussions, and so on, culminating in a graduation where you will be certified. Those who graduate will be certified as yoga teachers in the tradition of the Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. The Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram is one of the leading yoga institutes of India, recognized by the Yoga Certification Board under the Ministry of Ayush. And this level of training, this 800-hour teacher training course, will prepare students to be able to take the level 3 exam of the Yoga Certification Board. Also, this program is eligible to be recognized under the 500-hour advanced certificate program of the Indian Yoga Association as well. And with these words, I would like to invite those of you who are interested in a deep, serious study of yoga philosophy, yoga psychology, its practice, and its application from a very reputed tradition, one that is known the world over, to go through this process, which not only helps you to qualify yourself as as a yoga teacher, as a teacher of yoga from a very reputed tradition, it can also offer much by way of reflective food for thought, offering a way to reflect on, to understand various life processes, to understand how the mind works, and through this understanding, to integrate the philosophy into our living, so to effect an overall transformation in our lives itself. And here I speak for so many hundreds of students, both Indian and international, who have gone through this training and who have benefited greatly from the value that this program can bring to you both professionally and personally. For further details, please do reach out to Mauli Baviskar, who will be coordinating with us in running the course at Damaru. And with these words, I take your leave, and we look forward to having a very good registration for this program that the KYM is offering for the very first time at Ahmedabad. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, ma'am. Gujarat welcomes the Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. The privilege is ours. A very ancient parampara is coming to this part of India. And I urge all of you to take advantage of that, to get into an in-depth exploration of the yogic studies. All our contact details are there in the description box. DAMARU, www.damaru.in is our website. Realm of Damaru is our handle on Facebook, Instagram, and you will get all the details. So do reach out and register, because another aspect of this tradition is that we do not take trainings or trainees in large numbers. So there's a very limited amount of seats that we are offering for this training, so that we could get deeply involved. So get in touch and see you on the other side. Thank you.